Welcome back to my channel. I am building in the eco world. I figured it's a good place because the idea I had for this build um, came from a mixture of places kind of I've lived at. In the past, this was actually the first apartment I had on my own, kind of. Um, I would say it's a slightly smaller apartments just because of the site that I was building on. Because the second bedroom is a little small, but the bathroom and the master room are actually the same size, and so that was interesting. But I would only say one tile, actually two tiles to the right, and I would for each room to make them the same would have been good. I wanted to go with kind of like making almost exactly like the floor because I had black and white alternating instead of blue and blue. But I also wanted to keep in mind the lot environment score to help with a rental in how The Sims likes to score things and make them happier. So that came into play too. So I didn't go with black and white because I wanted the score. Right now I'm just doing the bottom floor. I'm gonna copy and paste up to the second floor later on. I'm putting in like toddler potty in every place just in case people move in with toddlers. Um, and then decorating them a little bit. It's hard to do in these like tiny spaces and figuring out how to like see in them to get them to post right on the walls and stuff. But I think I did pretty good. Um, I tried to color the walls ahead of time, and in the end, I had to, since I copy and pasted, I just went back and fixed that later. And then I don't have any idea how I ended up with tall walls, but I was like, why is this seeming so deep down in there trying to look when I'm peering around? And I have no idea how I did that, but because usually I've never picked higher walls. That maybe in the future that's something I want to try to do, but I'm not trying to step into that. That's a whole different kind of build, I would think. Um, but I'm trying to make them cozy and functional and livable. I did put a few items in there for them to do an activity, but not sure. There later there'll be stuff in the front. I figured would be better for that. You might have to add some stuff. And that first one with the desk, it's so I made two that have an office as a second room. And one of them I was thinking was like a writer. And then one of the corner units I put a guitar and like I was thinking that they were a musician. And they, even though they had a double bed, they didn't really, it wasn't a couple or with children yet situation. And then I had an infant as the second one, or a crib at least in the second bottom bunk, and then the other one was a toddler bed underneath, just to give a place to sleep just in case you had both of those. And I wanted to make sure also that I built the kitchen on the smaller side of the room, but I didn't put the floors on the right side. So I was like, really? I had no idea. I guess, I thought that was funny because I was just going back and forth between the units and that might have been throwing me off my game. Um, but yeah, and I added, pet stuff. I only added a litter box and a pet bowl and a pet bed because I don't know what kind of pet people would be living with. So I didn't want to go overly. Oh, I did add a ball and the wand for the cat so you could play with them too. But I didn't want to go overboard on all that stuff when we didn't know what they had. Making sure I have appliances in each of the rooms. So that the appliance score for an apartment would, I don't want them to be miserable in there. Um, One of the things when I was copy and pasting upstairs, I noticed that I don't know if it's like when I saved and came back or what caused it, but like when I added the mold look to the walls or decaying look to the walls. later on, and like my doors were duplicated and triplicated on some of them, and then the dirty patches were several times. I have no idea what caused that because I did not click all of them to be on there. So if they're not working right, you might want to check that you don't have multiples in one spot. That was no, I just don't have any idea what could have caused that. Um, but I wanted to try to make them unique. Um, those floors had an environmental score, so I kept those. I really liked those yellow with circle curtains for some reason. I felt like they fit the space really well. Um, I'm not a fan of how small the kids' bedroom is, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess, when it's tiny, because it was super tiny. Um, yeah, there's where I start adding. And then later on, I started removing some of them because I felt like I started when I went back the next day, uh, it just seemed like an excessive amount. And I feel like if you move in someplace and you have children, that you would make sure their space is clean. So I tried to remove almost all from the kids' rooms just because I think that parents would be more concerned about getting it to stay away from the kids' spaces, um, even though it's still in the public areas of their uh, uh, their units. I didn't put it in the shared spaces. And then I moved it back because I realized even though what I wanted to do required back, I just put everything in the front. The place I lived had just a parking lot in the front, but with Sims, they need things to do. So I did have where the place I lived had the laundry mat on the side of it, so it would have had to have been a lot wider or bigger to the side because I would have need more spaces for the units as well as the laundry room. And I just figured I'd move it in the front so that it all fit and hopefully is not too far because I know they um, they have to take their laundry basket with them now when they go do laundry. So one of those is for the electrical stuff, and the other one is the laundry room. Those are both shared spaces. And I had my kid was helping me figure out. She figured out moving the stuff to the right so that the door wasn't in the way, helping me figure out the right cabinets to put and how to put them on the wall. Cause man, I don't know why I was struggling trying to find them and then make it usable and cute. I like how I made them look almost attached right there, like it's one single unit. That was kind of fun. I haven't done that before. Um, I try to put a little bit of plants in every room, even though since there's mold there, obviously the landlord might not be taking as good of care as they should be. This is a really nice looking laundromat too for a communal space, but I like it. I think it works. You need a little barbecue area, the mailbox. I almost forgot the mailbox. I was like, no. I wanted to put a really big kid's toy on there, but that did not fit. And I didn't want to have to try to move the other thing out of the way. So I took a break, played games with my kids. They were kind of begging, so I took a break to start over, kind of get a fresh look at it and think about it overnight. And then I started on the second story. I just kind of copy and pasted my favorite ones in there, but that kind of made me have a lot of duplicates. So then I had to go remodel, I guess, kind of all of them or redesign the color schemes. I really like that one with the red bed. That's now my favorite. I don't know. I wouldn't personally choose that for myself, but I think it is really pretty. Uh, and then I had to change the colors for all of them so that they were unique to each other. Uh, I don't know why, but the other one with the office with the green curtains right there reminds me of three-leaf clovers. I don't know if that's what it was supposed to be, but that's what it looked like to me. Yeah, still love that red and yellow bedroom. I do like red. That is a really nice color for me, or like a top color for one of mine. Blue is my favorite though, which is why everything was blue in the beginning probably. And I like that red cat bed. But I didn't want to overdo it with my favorite thing, so I'm trying to be different. And I was trying to attach that kids thing to the front of the refrigerator. Don't know if it'll play through in the game is when they open the fridge. That might be kind of funny to watch if it glitches or not. I didn't try that out. I just remembered that I even did that. But I liked it, yeah. And then trying to put some pots and pans, and even though now every time I place something, I'm like, ooh, it's close to mold. Ew, gross. So yeah, that was kind of took away from the appeal of the places for me, but it'd be fun to play through. Um, I did make it a teen, have the teen aspiration on it. Lot trait, teen lot trait. That's what it's called. Um, and then because I took away the eco one, but I kept the clean water one since this is near the water reservoir. And tried to replace some of the very duplicate artworks. This is the writer one. This is the artist one. So I was trying to find artist paintings. There's two artist paintings, that one too. This is the musician's bedroom. So I found those. A lot of the artwork is under career things. So I like doing it under the build mode because then you get access to those things. I don't think it removes it when you download it. So that's cool. And that one was more of a boys' room, so I changed it out. I don't know if this is weird, but I like how paintings like overlap in the corners like that. I've seen them sometimes, so I kind of took 5 of them and thought it was neat. And this is the writer's room. I realized that he had 2 computers in his place, so writers, I feel like you'd have maybe books everywhere. I didn't put them everywhere. I put them in his bedroom and in that room, but put some board games in all the ones that had kids, so the ones without the office space. Then I realized I could put them on the refrigerator, and I was super excited about that. So I tried to put it in all 4 of them. Then now I'm all feeling pretty good. Almost done with the apartment and doing the outside now. I think it turned out really well. Little kid space. Where I live, it's cold, and we have a lot of birch and aspen and poplar. I mean, those evergreen trees are really plush for what we have, but I mean, it'd be a mix between vampire and that. But yeah, so I hope you like it, and I hope it's a fun playthrough. Oh yeah, I had to add. Oh yeah, I had to add all the apartments, I think. Yeah, so that was the last step I had. I did add the lights for the second floor. I didn't forget those. I had smoke detectors in all the rooms as well. Thank you and enjoy.